Art experience is an escape in a way, which is maybe needed because it gives a distance and a chance to reflect on who you are, what is around you, and it should give you the power to intervene. Since it's a rotunda, it's a round space, I guess that sort of suggested that we would use the mirrored balls, the disco balls, which I use a lot in my works. The object itself is spherical, which is, of course, geometrically and symbolically and philosophically a very specific thing. And it reflects out of the object itself, and it shines on the surroundings possibly, but it's also cut up with the mirrors. And the fact that it animates the surrounding, something which interests me, because you look at something, but at the same time you are put into it because you have the reflection on you. And there's this idea that there is not one place about the work. It goes all over the place. When you do a show, you make a new work. It's made of, in this case, older works and newer works, but it's a new piece in a way. All the works which are shown change status because they're next to other works, and they're not shown in the time they were made, so they change also identity. One of the reasons we installed it like that is it's sort of a panorama or kaleidoscope of those different images. The most recent work is a pour painting. What I do in those paintings is that I buy paints which are not miscible, they don't really go together, and I pour them all together, in this case from the top of the painting, and chemically happens what happens. No one has any idea what kind of result will come out of that. You also have the geometrical metal ones. There's a plan which is given to someone who remakes it in a semi-industrial way. The translation is part of the quality of the work. And it's the same thing for the works where there's furniture or objects, like the slide boards or the Alvar Aalto cupboard. All works have more than one identity. And one of the reasons why we added elements on the scaffolding was to talk about that. So there's plants which are fake plants and real plants. In a way, you don't immediately see the difference. I think I like the idea that the reality has the same identity than the imitation of reality. There's one object which may be symptomatic about that. There's a long fur carpet which is just put on the floor, and it's not spread out, so it's like it's in between or forgotten in a situation like that. I think, of course, one of the qualities of art is giving it the chance to have this focus in this moment, which is neither before, neither after. The collage of something which was made for a very specific reason, with a very specific culture, and then set up in another surrounding, gives maybe new ways of reading it. And that's just something which interests me, is that people are going to look at an art piece and they will come with their own background. But the only interpretation that concerns me is that they take over the work on their behalf and they decide what it is.